high IQ teams, smart basketball. Chris Paul's here. He's dropping dimes. He's got 41 assists and only 6 turnovers. Steph Curry's on a heater. Klay Thompson's hitting game winners. Day-Day's talking about, man, it was tough to come to work last year. This year's a total reversal.
What do you have, 2 threes in the first quarter?
2 threes in the first quarter. One of my favorite stats as we track the Draymond 3 counter. Whenever Draymond Green hits 2 or more threes in a basketball game, the Warriors are 125.
Absolutely incredible.
That doesn't even seem like that's an unbelievable statistic.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Say it one more time for people.
125 and 24.
When what happens?
Draymond Green hits 2 or more threes.
That's incredible. That is incredible. It does feel like he's still working himself into game shape, and that's going to be expected considering he missed as much time as he did. But defensively, he's still got it. That block in the fourth quarter was sweet.
You bring up defense. Steve Kerr talked about the defense after the game.
We'll get better with our execution, but I think the biggest thing through 5 games is our defense. We've got a long way to go, but through 5 games, our defense has been really good, and for the most part, taking better care of the ball, and we're putting in the work, and guys are being rewarded for it.
And then Steve Kerr explained why he went small at the end of the game.
No Wiggs, no Looney the last 3 minutes, but that it doesn't mean it's going to be like that all the time. It was a matchup thing. They went smaller, which is when we went to Gary. They brought Monk in, I think, around the 3-minute mark, and Gary's our best matchup against him.
They did a good job against Malik Monk, so that's fun. And Gary Payton II looks healthy right now.
And, if you're looking at it from the King perspective, Davion did hit a couple threes in that game. I thought Davion played a good game yesterday. And Monk was starting to go off, and the Warriors found a way to stabilize things.
I like Monk a lot.
Monk's a very good player. Yeah, there's no doubt. You got to like Monk. He's actually really, really good. Yeah. My favorite play of the night, though, the Moses Moody block after Steph gets picked at half court. That was a sick block. Nothing is more fun than like a transition block at the rim.
Wow. Loveman doing some producing.
Why?
I figure. Yeah, that's a great question. In the chat box. Monte, look at the chat box. Look at the chat box. I'm like, why? Oh, wait. Loveman's doing work.
Is it about Red Velvet?
No.
Is it about Sabogus? Your boy.
Oh, hell no.
Is it about Casey and Damian?
Let ESPN 1320 handle that. Hey, you heard Damian Barley yesterday. He got mad about the preseason game. Sacramento's so jacked up in the brain. Those are our little brothers. They're a good team. But let's be real. Those are our little brothers. Steph Curry said it last Friday night. Not a rivalry. Yeah, it's a rivalry to them, not to us. We got bigger fish to fry.
Usually the little brother rises up from the ashes one day and punches you right in the face.
Yeah. So when we talk about the vibes being so good this year, Shasky, who's most responsible for that in your opinion? Draymond, CP3, Kerr, Klay? How much is Steph Curry helping turn the vibes around from last season to this season? Who is most responsible for the good vibe so far this season?
Well, is
it Chris Paul?
I think the easiest answer is Chris Paul.
Wow. Can you believe that?
Can
you believe that? Think about what you just said.
I told you yesterday, and you guys looked at me like I was crazy.
No, I didn't.
He's a fan favorite. Chris Paul, the guy who's one of the most hated athletes in Bay Area sports history, who flopped his way like a fish out of water to 1,000 calls and was a thorn in our sides and kept disrespecting Steph Curry and was a part of Lob City and OKC at one point and the Rockets team that was supposed to dethrone the Kevin Durant Warriors. Chris freaking Paul, the guy that you thought you were going to face the year you did win the championship with his number 1 ranked team, the Phoenix Suns, and he changed them. Chris freaking Paul, to me, is a fan favorite. And dare I say, I really enjoy watching him play basketball.
888-957-9570.
I really do.
Who is most
I can't believe I'm here.
Who is most responsible for the good vibe so far this season? Draymond, CP3, Kerr, Klay. Now, when it comes to last night's game, Draymond Green said it was the perfect storm.
Everything was stacked against us. You're coming back from a road trip, a 4.5-hour flight. We got back at 3:30 in the morning a couple nights ago. And so then you try to maximize the rest, right? So there's no practice yesterday. There's no shoot around today. And you come in, and we always talk about the getaway game, so coming off a road trip, which is always tough that first game back home. Team without their best player, so you tend to relax when you see that. And then also you're headed back out on the road tomorrow. So it's kind of a perfect storm for us. And we knew it wouldn't be an easy game. We know that's a really good team, and they're always going to fight and battle, so we knew it would be a tough one. But it was good to see us never go away. When everything was going wrong, everybody stood in place and made the necessary plays we needed to make to pull the game up.
Down 11 in the third quarter. And you know what? There is something to it. Not having that best player playing. The Ewing effect, right? Everybody steps up. Bill Simmons wrote about it a long time. One of the few good things he wrote. He's wrote some good things. That's not fair. That's not fair. Sorry.
I'm so sick of Bill Simmons.
Honestly, thinking about it driving home last night, I was like, well, they don't have De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox does everything for that basketball team. Maybe your defensive coverages are different. Maybe the way you attack them is different because there's no De'Aaron Fox, and you know where he's at, and you know where De'Aaron Fox is going to run that pick and roll. So maybe there is something to, man, there's no De'Aaron Fox. How do we adjust here? And then you have no shoot around and no practice. I didn't know that until after the game.
So explain to me what the vibe's been like at the arena. You've been at that arena more than any other person that I know. I mean, you're basically like one of the players because you're there so often.
It's my house. No, I'm kidding.
No, but like, I feel like the vibe with the fan base is different too.
Well,
what's the opening night like in that arena?
So opening night, there was a lot of curiosity, right? How's this going to look like? How's this going to look?
Skepticism?
Skeptical about the fit with CP3. You're playing the Phoenix Suns. There's no Draymond Green in the lineup, so Chris Paul is starting right away. What's going on here? Last night, I felt like Dub Nation was like, hey, let's handle Sacramento, get back on the road. We're on the right track here. There's a lot of smiles, and you start to feel that joy again that you had in the arena a couple years ago, that joy that you had at Oracle Arena. The vibes are slowly but surely starting to creep back, and the belief in this team that, you know what? Maybe we can be good. Maybe we are title contenders again.
Well, what's the vibe like because last year when Draymond touched the ball, it didn't have the same passion wrapped around it. Like the crowd always was... Like, Draymond Green was a crowd favorite. I think it's pretty easy to say. When he would make them block or somebody would scream into the crowd, it would energize everyone. How was it last year? How is it this year?
I think it's a lot better. He hit 2 threes right away in the first quarter. That crowd was fired up in the first
That's
quarter.
What I'm saying.
So the vibes are back. And I think people forget when you win. And Draymond Green is a 4-time champion. And Draymond Green's going to have his number retired. He may be a statue guy as well. Like all these guys may be statue dudes. It's hard not to say, right? He's going to walk into the Hall of Fame. So when it comes down to it, Draymond is our guy. Can he be a knucklehead at times on the floor? Does he get under our skin at times? Does he say things sometimes that makes us scoff and look the other way? Absolutely. But he's our guy. All right? He's our guy. And at the end of the day, I think Dub Nation's going to ride with Draymond Green no matter what. And it's been proven over the last year that we're going to ride with Draymond no matter what. At the Summit, we asked, where are we at with Draymond Green? Because last year at the Summit, everybody's like, oh, get him out of here. Well, this year at the Summit, everybody's like, let's go, Draymond.
Yeah, he'll do something to, piss everyone off, and then a week later, we'll love him again.
He's our guy.
Yeah, exactly. What about CP3? How is he being received by the crowd?
People love it.
Really?
People love it. There was a guy wearing a New Orleans Hornets CP3 jersey last night.
Really?
Yeah. So as you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ, FM, and HD1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Just look at YouTube. Look at Twitch, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. They'll tell you right now, we're accepting Chris Paul. He's one of us now. And we're happy that he's one of us. He's running the hell out that second unit.
This family of ours?
He's a family of ours. Dude, he's running that second unit. He comes in and he just calms everything down. I think him accepting the bench role as gracefully as he has been a huge domino.
It's not even. I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Everybody gets so caught up into that.
It takes the pressure off of everything.
Everybody gets so caught up in who's on the floor first, who's on the floor last. When it's nut cracking time and it's time to win him the basketball game, Chris Paul's on the floor. Now, the out man out so far has been Andrew Wiggins. Will that change game by game? Sure. Maybe Kuminga, maybe Moody.
I mean, go back to the Warriors Summit. How much time did we spend as a panel discussing the CP3 starting.
Too much time.
Too much time?
Way too much time.
Okay.
I in my opinion.
Oh, no, that's what I'm asking.
Because there's so many different storylines on this basketball team.
Yeah, but what else did we spent too much time? Like as
And Klay. Okay. How will Klay accept his role?
I was going to say CP3's role and the fit.
Well, no,
with
that's
Dre.
what I'm saying. Yeah, CP3 fit with Steph Curry.
Yeah, okay.
That was never a question to me. It's like,
yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Great players figure it out.
I agree with that.
Great players figure it out. Kobe and Shaq figured it out. Dwayne Wade and LeBron figured it out. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili figured it out.
What's kind of blown me away is that, like, when Oral Hershiser joined the Giants, it just didn't pass the eye test, right? It just never felt right. When Sherman joined the Niners, it felt right, like, right away. You know what I mean? And when I see CP3 with the Warriors, I don't know why. It fits and it feels right away.
Yeah. Now, I see a text here, 650. We're going to get to a special caller in a second here. 650. Gross. I will always root for Dubs, but you can't make me root for CP3. Well, then you're not really a Dubs fan. I hate when people do that. I'm going to root for Trey Lance, but not the 49ers. I'm going to root for this guy, but I'm not going to root for... this is just stupid. It's just dumb when people do that. If he's on your team, I'm going to root for you. All right? You're one of us. Anyway, let's go to the hotline. We're going to go to the hotline. Not line one. Hang on line one. Let's go to the hotline. The contest line here. Oh, do I have to try to take it? Do I just click it here, Spinoni?
New studio.
All right, let's double click. Double click.
No, this is the hotline? What is this?
This is the hotline.
Is this somebody that won an award from us or something?
Yeah, maybe. Hey, I'll text that person and we'll get it back. Let's go to line one. Let's go to line one again. Line one. Oh, it's Danker. Danker, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
What's going on?
Oh, man, I'm just calling, just saying stating the obvious. CP3, man, he's just a great gel, and I almost don't really see him just as a guy off the bench or like a sixth man. He's really like a co-captain. The way guys they're just falling in place. It seems like he just really is this common force, like you're saying, and with Dre, it's creating great shot selection, which I think will become a pattern with these guys in certain areas, and I think that's what's going to help Dre. And over 2 years ago, I told you, Dre hits more than 2 threes a game, we win.
Yeah.
That's the guy you can't guard. He'll stretch you out.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's knocking down shots, good luck. That's all it is. And, it's just great to see. And I don't know why people are, sour about CP3 and they want to see him traded mid-season. Why would you do that when he's growing our youth?
Yes.
I love Kerr.
That's a good point.
But they just see the game differently, CP3 and Kerr. I love them, but at the same time, it's just a different game out there. And I think Kerr's actually been more vocal, which is interesting. So, man, it's a special season again.
Well, you could see these guys as there's a break in the play or there's a stoppage. Guys are actually conversating about what the next play needs to be and how to adjust. And it's not like one guy chastising the other. It feels like there's collaboration.
Yeah, you see CP3 conversing with Andrew Wiggins. You see him conversing with Moses Moody. You see him conversing with Jonathan Kuminga. He's doing that all day long, man. So it's been a great fit. Somebody asked me from the Comcast Business Text line, 707, would you root for Dylan Brooks if he was going to say Warriors? Well, I guess I'd have no choice. I'd have no choice.
And here on Postgame Live, we've got the gritty competitor, Dylan Brooks. Hey, Dill Dog, what's up?
Right, one of the best wing defenders we have in this league.
He was playing bully ball tonight. You were playing psychological warfare.
Let's go to